Well, that didn't take long. You may recall that about a month ago, there was a compromised minister, Nobuhle Nkabani, Minister of Higher Education, that lied to Parliament when she had appointed some extremely compromised cadres to boards of SETAs. She lied to Parliament about it. She also even said somebody was appointed to the board who wasn't appointed to the board. There was a hearing of a portfolio committee. She sat there chewing bubble gum, telling people to go and look at Google, and she got fired. The one bit of action that Sleepy Cyril ever took, and the feeling was that he only did it because the DA would vote with him to pass the budget, not because he wanted to tackle corruption, but because he was being held hostage by his coalition partners. But ACT he did. He fired that minister. He didn't fire the other ones accused of corruption or those that are accused of working with crime syndicates. Some he just forgot about. Others he just put them on paid leave. But Minister Nkabani was relieved of her position as Minister of Higher Education. And in her place, he brought in the Deputy Minister from the SA Communist Party, Buti Manamela. Now, if you're wondering why Buti Manamela has been Deputy Minister for so long and he couldn't crack a ministerial position, I think I've got the answer. Within a month of him being the minister, lo and behold, they have to appoint advisors to the Construction SETA. And my word, does this minister go and outdo himself? He employed 3 people onto that advisory committee. Now, let's see who those 3 people are. The first one is a chap by the name of Oupa Nkwane. Oupa Nkwane is a former municipal manager for the city of Mfuleni. Now, for the town of Mfuleni, that is Vanderbijl Park Vereniging. For those of you that don't know, it has been rated as the worst run municipality in the country. He was basically the CEO. But that wasn't enough. He was implicated in a forensic report for mismanagement of 872 million rand. This is a place where sewage runs in the streets, where sewage that doesn't run into the street runs into the Vaal River water system, where the roads have potholes deeper than the cars. It's a place that is absolutely beyond repair, and he was the CEO. He is under investigation still for the mismanagement of 872 million rand. But that doesn't disqualify him from becoming a board member of the Construction SETA. Let's see who he's got to keep him company on that board, who the minister appointed. Lekhlodgenolo Masocha. This chap, former MEC, that's the minister, he sat on the ministry in the province of Limpopo. But before that, he was CEO of Messina and Mikado Corridor, right, a special economic zone. There he managed to, for one of his mates, backdate an invoice to long before the project was even started so that the person could get paid. The contractor gets paid 4.4 million rand. This is still under investigation. It doesn't matter how many zeros it's got. It's crime. South Africa, I know we've forgotten, what 1 million rand is worth while people starve to death. We've forgotten what 1 billion rand is worth, but people don't have a roof over their head. This guy is also under investigation basically for theft. For at very least contravening the PFMA, which is the guideline for how you run public money. But Mr. Masocho, as bad as he has been in his 3 positions, he was one speaker in Limpopo, which, as we know, has got work undertaken by that great engineer, Julius Malema. of roads that haven't been constructed, where water pipes sit on the side of the road, not under the road, not connected. But that doesn't stop the minister from making this guy one of the board members of the Construction SETA. And then the last one is Sukila Mvalo. Now, this guy has been the Deputy Director General in the Ministry of Higher Education for 8 years. Basically, he has been the person that all of these dysfunctional SETAs have been reporting to for 8 years. It has been a pit of thieves for 8 years, and he has been the accountant. Now, apparently, that was good enough to qualify him to get closer to the money as a board member of the Construction SETA. I've got to say, Buti Manamela, well done. You're out of the gates like a champion, and now we can see why you haven't been made a minister until now. And I'm sure that an inquiry will follow, and it's going to be very hard to explain. I see that the minister has already tried to say it wasn't me. You're the guy who signed it off. You are the minister. It's all in your name. Good luck explaining this one. When people talk about politicians stealing money, you kind of have visions of them going to the Reserve Bank and getting a bag full of cash. No, it has to be done a little bit smarter than that. There's certain areas that are just easier and certain areas that are more difficult to get money out of, to steal money out of. It's quite difficult to steal money out of the Reserve Bank or out of Treasury. You've got to go to where the projects are. You've got to go to where the budgets are that can be spent and then explained later. SETA is a home of the troughs. This is the place, and the reason being is that there is no reason for these SETAs to exist. Now, OUTA has done spectacular work. They have uncovered corruption at the Services SETA, at the Construction SETA, at, oh good Lord, about 4 or 5 of them. Why? Because you spend the money first. It's kind of difficult to understand where the money must go to and what the jobs are that people must do. And they get a budget of 21 billion rand a year. So if we want to get rid of corruption, we've got to get rid of something like the whole SETA establishment altogether. This is not doing its job. It used to be that we had one education department and it ran basic and secondary education. Now we've got SETA, which is trying to do things that it just doesn't need to do. And while we keep it in place, it's going to be a place that people will keep on going to for corrupt activities because it's a minor department, but it's got a budget that's very hard to manage. Nobody really tries. The president always puts his weakest minister there. It's usually somebody like Bladen Zamandi, who was minister there for 5 years, and he did nothing. Nkabani, who he had to fire eventually, and now Manamela. It's just a matter of time before he also, sort of has to go somewhere. But the point is that it's a trough. We need to close it up by closing down these SETAs. They are just a license to steal money. Thank you so much for joining us on the Political Insider. We'll see you again soon.